All right there. How about we dive in with another Grimm's Complete Fairytales? That's right. But first, we gotta set the mood. You know how we do. But unless you're new, we set the mood if you're new. That's how we set the mood. Let me catch my breath there. Oh, I'm all out of breath. Oh, okay. What are we gonna read tonight? Well, we got a special one in store for you, I'm guessing. I haven't read it myself. It's called The Dog and the Sparrow. Let's see, I'm center here. Yeah, all right. Let's dive in, shall we? There was once a sheepdog whose master behaved ill to him and did not give him enough to eat. And when for hunger he could bear it no longer, he left his service very sadly. In the street he was met by a sparrow, who said, "Dog, my brother, why are you so sad?" And the dog answered, "I'm hungry and have nothing to eat." And then said the sparrow, "Dear brother, come with me into the town, and I will give you plenty." And then they went together into town, and soon they came to a butcher's stall. And the sparrow said to the dog, "Stay here while I reach you down a piece of meat." And he perched on the stall, looking round to see that no one noticed him, and packed, pulled, and dragged so long at a piece that lay near the edge of the board that at last it slid to the ground. The dog picked it up, ran with it into the corner, and ate it up. Then said the sparrow, "Now come with me to another stall, and I will get you another piece, so that your hunger may be satisfied." When the dog had devoured a second piece, the sparrow asked, "Dog, my brother, are you satisfied now?" "Yes, as to meat I am," answered he, "but I have no bread." Then said the sparrow, "That also shall you have. Come with me." And he led him to a baker's stall, and pecked at a few little rolls until they fell to the ground. And as the dog still wanted more, they went to another stall farther on, and got more bread. When that was done, the sparrow said, "Dog, my brother, are you satisfied yet?" "Yes," answered he, "and now we'll walk a little outside the town." Now we will walk, rather. And they went along together along the high road. It was warm weather, and when they had gone a little way, the dog said, "I am tired and would like to sleep." Would like to sleep, not sheep. "Well, do so," said the sparrow. "In the meanwhile, I will sit near on a bough." The dog laid himself in the road and fell fast asleep. And as he lay there, a wagoner came up with a wagon and 3 horses, laden with 2 casks of wine. The sparrow, seeing that he was not going to turn aside, but kept in the beaten track just where the dog lay, cried out, "Wagoner, take care, or shall suffer for it." But the wagoner, muttering, "What harm can you do to me?" cracked his whip and drove his wagon over the dog, and he was crushed to death by the wheels. Then the sparrow cried, "You've killed the dog, my brother, and it shall cost your horses and cart." "Oh, horses and carts," said the wagoner, "what harm can you do to me? I should like to know," and drove on. The sparrow crept under the covering of the wagon and pecked a bunghole at one of the casks until the cork came out, and all the wine ran out without the wagoner noticing. After a while, looking round, he saw that something dripped from the wagon, and on examining the casks, he found that one of them was empty, and he cried out, "I am a ruined man." "Not ruined enough yet," said the sparrow, and flying to one of the horses, he perched on the head and pecked out its eyes. When the wagoner saw that, he took out an axe and hit the sparrow, who at that moment flew aloft, and the wagoner missed him and struck the horse in the head, so that it fell down dead. "Oh, I am ruined man," cried he. "Not ruined enough yet," said the Sparrow. And as the wagoner drove on with the 2 horses that were left, the Sparrow crept again under the wagon cover and pecked the cork out of the other second cask, so that all the wine leaked out. And when the wagoner became aware of it, he cried out again, "Oh, I am a ruined man." But the Sparrow answered, "Not ruined enough yet," and perched on the second horse's head and began pecking out his eyes. Back ran the wagoner, raised his axe to strike, but the Sparrow, flying aloft, the stroke fell on the horse, and so he was killed. "Oh, I am a ruined man," cried the wagoner. "Not ruined enough yet," said the Sparrow, and perched on the third horse and began pecking at its eyes. The wagoner struck out his anger at the Sparrow without taking aim and missed him. He laid his third horse dead. "Oh, I am a ruined man," he cried. "Not ruined enough yet," answered the Sparrow, flying off. "I will see to that at home." So the wagoner had to leave his wagon standing, and went home full of rage. "Oh," said he to his wife, "what ill luck I have had! The wine is spilt, and the horses all 3 dead." "Oh, husband," answered she, "such a terrible bird has come to the house. He has brought with him all the birds of the air, and they are in the midst of our wheat, devouring it." And he looked, and there were thousands upon thousands of birds sitting on the ground, having eaten up all the wheat. And the Sparrow in his midst, and the wagoner cried, "Oh, I am a ruined man." "Not ruined enough yet," answered the Sparrow. "Wagoner, it shall cost you your life," and flew away. Now the wagoner, having lost everything he possessed, went indoors and sat down, angry and miserable, behind the stove. The Sparrow was perched outside on a window sill and cried, "Wagoner, it shall cost you your life." The wagoner seized his axe and threw it at the Sparrow, but it broke the window sash in 2 and did not touch the Sparrow, who now hopped inside, perched on the stove, and cried, "Wagoner, it shall cost you your life." And he, mad and blind with rage, beat the stove, and as the Sparrow flew from one spot to another, hacked everything in pieces, furniture, looking-glasses, benches, table, and the very walls of his house, and yet did not touch the Sparrow. At last he caught and held him in his hand. "Now," said he his wife, "shall I not kill him?" "No," cried he, "that were too easy a death. I shall swallow him." And as the bird was fluttering in the man's mouth, it stretched out its head, saying, "Wagoner, it shall cost you your life." And the wagoner reached with his axe to his wife, saying, "Wife, strike me this bird dead." The wife struck, but missed her aim, and the blow fell on the wagoner's head, and dropped him down dead. But the Sparrow flew over the hills and away. Wow! That Sparrow, he had him a brother of a dog, didn't I? Boy. Well, hey, how about we read us another one? There's still time. The Old Sultan. There was once a peasant who owned a faithful dog called Sultan, now grown so old that he had lost all his teeth and could lay hold of nothing. One day the man was standing at the door of his house with his wife, and he said, "I shall kill old Sultan tomorrow. He is of no good any longer." His wife felt sorry for the poor dog and answered, "He has served us for so many years and has kept us so faithfully. He deserves food and shelter in his old age." "Dear me, do you not seem to understand the matter?" said the husband. "He has never a tooth, and no thief would mind him in the least. So I do not see why I should not be made away with. Why he, rather, should be made away with. If he has served us well, he will have given him plenty of good food." The poor dog, who was lying stretched out in the sun not far off, heard all they said, and was very sad to think that the next day would be his last. He bethought him of his great friend the wolf, and slipped out in the evening to the wood to see him, and related to him the fate that was awaiting him. "Listen to me, old fellow," said the wolf. "Be of good courage. I will help you in your need. I have thought of a way. Early tomorrow morning your master is going haymaking with his wife, and they will take their child with them, so that no one will be left at the home. They will be sure to lay the child in the shade behind the hedge while they are at work, and you must lie by its side just as if you were watching it. Then I will come out of the wood and steal away the child, and you must rush after me, as if to save it from me. Then I must let it fall, and you must bring it back again to its parents, who will think that you saved it, and will be much too grateful to do you any harm. On the contrary, you will be received into full favor, and they will never let you want for anything again." The dog was pleased with this plan, which was carried out accordingly. And when the father saw the wolf running away with his child, he cried out. And when old Sultan brought it back again, he was much pleased with him, and patted him, saying, "Not a hair of him shall be touched. He shall have food and shelter as long as he lives." And he said to his wife, "Go home directly and make some good stew for old Sultan, something that does not need biting, and get a good pillow from my bed for him to lie on." From that time old Sultan was made so comfortable that he had nothing left to wish for. Before long the wolf paid him a visit to congratulate him that all had gone so well. "But, old fella," said he, "you mustn't wink at my making off by chance with the fat sheep of your master's. Perhaps one will escape some fine day." "Don't reckon on that," answered the dog. "I cannot consent to it. I must remain true to my master." But the wolf, not supposing it was said in earnest, came sneaking in the night to carry off the sheep. But the master, who had been warned by a faithful sultan of the wolf's intention, was waiting for him, and gave him a fine hiding with the threshing flail. So the wolf had to make his escape, calling out to the dog, "You shall pay for this, you traitor." The next morning the wolf sent the wild boar to call out the dog, and appoint him a meeting in the wood to receive satisfaction from him. Old Sultan could find no second but a cat with 3 legs, and as they set off together, the poor thing went limping along, holding her tail up in the air. The wolf and his second were already on the spot, and when their antagonists coming and caught sight of the elevated tail of the cat, they thought it was a saber they were bringing with them. As the poor thing came limping on 3 legs, they supposed he was limping a big stone to throw at them. This frightened them very much. The wild boar crept among the leaves, and the wolf clambered up into a tree. And when the dog and cat came up, they were surprised not to see anyone there. However, the wild boar was not perfectly hidden in the leaves, and the tips of his ears peeped out. And when the cat caught sight of one, she thought it was a mouse, and she sprang upon it, seizing it with her teeth. Out leapt the wild boar with a dreadful cry, and ran away shouting, "There's the culprit up in the tree!" And the dog and cat, looking up, caught sight of the wolf, who came down quite ashamed of his timidity, and made peace with the dog once more. And that has been Old Sultan and the Dog and the Sparrow from Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. That's right. All right. right. Hey, I got a affiliate link for this old book here down in the description. Give it a link, give it a click rather, support the channel, support me. I keep doing what I'm doing and bringing enjoyment to thee, and you can keep giving me your love and our appreciation for the stories. Oh, your hate comments, that's fine. I'll find something to reply with. That's cool. We'll get it done either way. So hey, kisses to the missus and a tip of the hat to your old cat. Take care now. We'll see you on the next one.